Welcome to a new era of great power competition. The global landscape is rapidly changing, and with it, the balance of military power. Two nations stand out as the preeminent military forces of the 21st century, the United States and China. The U.S. has long held the title of the world's sole superpower, boasting unparalleled military might for decades. However, China's rapid economic growth has fueled a corresponding increase in military spending, leading to a dramatic modernization and expansion of its armed forces. This has created a new era of great power competition, with the U.S. and China vying for military dominance in key strategic regions. The implications of this rivalry are profound, impacting global security, economic stability, and the future of international relations. Understanding the nuances of U.S.-China military capabilities is crucial for policymakers, analysts, and citizens alike. This essay will delve into a comparative analysis of U.S. and Chinese military strengths and weaknesses, examining key areas such as technological advancements, troop strengths, naval power, air force supremacy, nuclear arsenals, and cyber warfare capabilities. Before we proceed, kindly like the video and subscribe to this channel for more informative videos like this one. The question at the heart of this analysis is not simply who has the larger military or the more advanced weapons, but rather how these capabilities translate into strategic influence and the ability to achieve national objectives. The US and China have vastly different geopolitical goals, historical experiences, and strategic cultures, which shape their respective approaches to military power. By examining these differences, we can better understand the dynamics of this complex rivalry and its potential implications for the future. Technology is a crucial determinant of military power. Both the US and China are investing heavily in cutting-edge technologies, such as artificial intelligence, hypersonic weapons, and directed energy weapons. These advancements have the potential to revolutionize warfare, creating unprecedented levels of precision, speed, and destructive power. The US has traditionally maintained a technological edge over its adversaries, leveraging its robust defense industrial base and close collaboration between the military and private sector. However, China is rapidly catching up, prioritizing indigenous innovation and investing heavily in research and development. Examples of China's technological strides include the development of the DF-17 hypersonic glide vehicle, capable of maneuvering at incredible speeds and evading traditional missile defense systems, and the deployment of advanced anti-ship ballistic missiles like the DF-21D, designed to target U.S. aircraft carriers. The U.S. continues to push the boundaries of military technology, investing in areas such as autonomous systems, cyber capabilities, and space-based assets. For example, the U.S. is developing sophisticated drone swarms capable of overwhelming enemy defenses, enhancing its cyber warfare capabilities to disrupt enemy networks and infrastructure, and expanding its space-based surveillance and communication networks. This technological race between the U.S. and China is not simply about acquiring the most advanced weapons, but also about integrating these technologies into coherent military strategies and doctrines. The successful integration of new technologies will be crucial for maintaining military advantage in the 21st century. As both countries strive to leverage these advancements, the nature of warfare itself is undergoing a transformation, with implications for global security and the balance of power. While technological advancements are rapidly changing the face of warfare, the size and capabilities of ground forces remain crucial for achieving military objectives. The US and China possess vastly different approaches to ground force composition and deployment, reflecting their respective strategic priorities and geopolitical circumstances. China boasts the world's largest standing army, with over 2 million active personnel, compared to the US Army's roughly 485,000 active-duty soldiers. However, troop numbers alone do not tell the whole story. The U.S. military emphasizes quality over quantity, investing heavily in training, equipment, and logistics to create a highly professional and technologically advanced force. U.S. troops are also globally deployed, with a significant presence in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, providing the U.S. with unparalleled power projection capabilities. China's People's Liberation Army, PLA, has undergone significant modernization in recent decades, improving its training, equipment, and organizational structure. However, it remains primarily focused on defending China's borders and regional interests, with limited experience in overseas deployments and large-scale combat operations. The PLA's primary mission is to safeguard China's territorial integrity, deter potential adversaries, and project power in the Indo-Pacific region. The different approaches to ground force development reflect the contrasting strategic priorities of the US and China. The US seeks to maintain its global military dominance, while China focuses on regional power projection and safeguarding its core interests. These differing priorities have significant implications for the types of conflicts these militaries are prepared to fight and the strategies they are likely to employ. Naval power is crucial for projecting force, controlling sea lanes, and safeguarding national interests. Both the US and China recognize the importance of naval power and have invested heavily in modernizing and expanding their respective fleets. The US Navy has long been the world's dominant maritime force, with a global reach and unmatched capabilities. The US Navy operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, each capable of carrying dozens of aircraft and projecting overwhelming force around the world. In addition to its carrier fleet, the US Navy boasts a powerful array of cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and amphibious assault ships, providing a balanced and versatile force capable of conducting a wide range of missions. The US Navy's global presence is a testament to its commitment to maintaining freedom of navigation and projecting power in key strategic regions. China's People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, has undergone rapid modernization in recent decades, transitioning from a primarily coastal defense force to a blue water navy capable of operating farther from Chinese shores. The PLAN has commissioned 2 aircraft carriers, the Liaoning and the Shandong, both conventionally powered and smaller than their US counterparts. While the PLAN's carrier capabilities are still developing, its submarine fleet is a significant force, with a growing number of nuclear-powered attack and ballistic missile submarines. The PLAN is increasingly active in the Indo-Pacific region, conducting anti-piracy patrols, engaging in naval exercises, and asserting China's maritime claims in disputed waters. The growing capabilities of the PLAN pose a significant challenge to US naval dominance, particularly in the Western Pacific. Section 5. Air Force Supremacy, a contest for the skies. Air power is essential for achieving air superiority, conducting precision strikes, and supporting ground operations. Both the US and China possess advanced air forces, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. The US Air Force boasts a formidable array of fighter jets, bombers, tankers, and transport aircraft, providing unparalleled capabilities for global power projection. The US Air Force's fleet of 5th-generation fighter jets, including the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II, provides a significant technological advantage. These aircraft feature advanced stealth capabilities, sensor fusion, and network connectivity, enabling them to dominate the skies and conduct precision strikes against heavily defended targets. The U.S. Air Force also operates a fleet of strategic bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit and B-52 Stratofortress, capable of delivering massive payloads of conventional and nuclear weapons. On the other hand, China's People's Liberation Army Air Force, or PLAF, has undergone significant modernization, acquiring advanced fighter jets, bombers, and unmanned aerial vehicles. The PLAF's fleet of 4th-generation fighters, such as the J-10, J-11, and J-16, are becoming increasingly capable, incorporating advanced avionics, electronic warfare systems, and precision-guided munitions. China is also developing its own 5th-generation fighter, the J-20, which features stealth capabilities and advanced sensor systems. The PLAF is primarily focused on defending Chinese airspace and projecting power in the Indo-Pacific region. It is rapidly developing its capabilities in areas such as electronic warfare, air-to-air refueling, and long-range strike operations. The growing sophistication of the PLAF poses a challenge to U.S. air superiority, particularly in contested airspace near China's borders. Section 6. Nuclear Arsenals, the ultimate deterrent. Nuclear weapons represent the ultimate deterrent, capable of inflicting unimaginable destruction and shaping global power dynamics. Both the US and China possess significant nuclear arsenals, albeit with vastly different sizes and postures. The US has the world's largest and most sophisticated nuclear arsenal, with a triad of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and strategic bombers. The US nuclear arsenal is designed to deter attacks against the US and its allies, ensuring strategic stability and preventing large-scale conflicts. The US maintains a policy of extended deterrence, pledging to protect allies like Japan, South Korea, and NATO members from nuclear attack. This posture has been a cornerstone of US foreign policy since the Cold War, contributing to global security and preventing nuclear proliferation. In contrast, China's nuclear arsenal is significantly smaller than the US arsenal, estimated to have around 350 nuclear warheads, compared to the US's estimated 3,708 warheads. China maintains a no first-use policy, pledging not to use nuclear weapons unless attacked with nuclear weapons first. China's nuclear posture is focused on deterring nuclear attack against its territory and ensuring its survival as a nation. Despite its smaller size, China's nuclear arsenal is a potent deterrent, capable of inflicting significant damage and raising the stakes of any potential conflict. The existence of these arsenals underscores the importance of strategic stability and the need for continued dialogue and arms control efforts to prevent nuclear escalation. Cyber warfare has emerged as a critical domain of military competition, with the potential to disrupt critical infrastructure, steal sensitive information, and sow discord among adversaries. Both the US and China have invested heavily in developing their cyber capabilities, recognizing the strategic importance of this new battlefield. The US possesses sophisticated cyber capabilities, leveraging its technological prowess and close collaboration between government agencies and the private sector. The US Cyber Command is responsible for defending US networks and conducting offensive cyber operations, aiming to deter adversaries and disrupt their activities. The US has accused China of engaging in widespread cyber espionage, targeting government agencies, corporations, and research institutions to steal intellectual property and gain a strategic advantage. China has also invested heavily in its cyber capabilities, recognizing the asymmetric advantage it can provide against technologically superior adversaries. China's cyber strategy focuses on exploiting vulnerabilities in enemy networks, disrupting critical infrastructure, and shaping the information environment to its advantage. China has been accused of conducting cyber attacks against US government agencies, corporations, and critical infrastructure, raising concerns about the potential for escalation and unintended consequences. The nature of cyber warfare makes it difficult to attribute attacks with certainty, creating a shadowy battlefield where the lines between espionage, sabotage, and warfare are blurred. As both countries continue to develop their cyber capabilities, the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation remains a significant concern. The US-China military rivalry has profound implications for global security, economic stability, and the future of international relations. The competition between these two superpowers is playing out in multiple arenas, from the South China Sea to the Arctic, as both countries seek to secure their interests and influence the global order. The US maintains a network of alliances and partnerships around the world, providing a framework for collective security and projecting power globally. China is increasingly assertive in its regional ambitions, challenging the US-led security architecture and seeking to establish its own sphere of influence. This rivalry is creating new geopolitical fault lines, increasing the risk of miscalculation and conflict. The economic implications of this rivalry are also significant. The US and China are the world's two largest economies, and their military competition is driving increased defense spending and technological innovation. This competition is also shaping global trade patterns, as countries align themselves with one superpower or the other. The economic interdependence of the US and China creates both opportunities for cooperation and risks of decoupling, with potential consequences for global economic growth. The US-China military rivalry is shaping the future of international relations, creating new challenges and opportunities for global governance. Managing this rivalry responsibly will require a nuanced understanding of the complex interplay of military power, economic interdependence, and geopolitical interests. The future of warfare is being shaped by rapid technological advancements, evolving geopolitical dynamics, and the ongoing US-China military rivalry. Predicting future trends and assessing potential flashpoints is crucial for understanding the evolving security landscape and mitigating the risks of conflict. One key trend is the increasing importance of emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, hypersonic weapons, and directed energy weapons. These technologies have the potential to revolutionize warfare, creating new domains of competition and blurring the lines between conventional and unconventional warfare. The US and China are both investing heavily in these technologies, seeking to gain a strategic advantage and shape the future battlefield. Another important trend is the shifting geopolitical landscape. With the rise of China, the resurgence of Russia, and the increasing importance of regional powers, the US-led international order is facing challenges as China seeks to establish its own sphere of influence and reshape global governance. This shifting landscape is creating new geopolitical fault lines, increasing the risk of miscalculation and conflict. Several potential flashpoints could trigger a major conflict between the US and China, including the Taiwan Strait, the South China Sea, and cyberspace. The Taiwan Strait remains a major point of contention, as China views Taiwan as a breakaway province and has vowed to reunify it with the mainland, by force if necessary. The South China Sea is another potential flashpoint, as China asserts expansive maritime claims that overlap with those of other regional countries, leading to territorial disputes and naval confrontations. Cyberspace is an increasingly contested domain, with the potential for cyber attacks to escalate into a major conflict. If you have watched the video up to this level, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment and let us what you think about these two superpowers. The US-China military rivalry is a defining feature of the 21st century, shaping the global balance of power and influencing the future of international relations. Managing this rivalry responsibly will require a nuanced understanding of the complex interplay of military power, economic interdependence, and geopolitical interests. Both the US and China have a vested interest in avoiding a major conflict, which would have devastating consequences for both countries and the world. However, the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation remains significant, particularly as both countries continue to modernize their militaries and compete for influence in key strategic regions. To mitigate the risks of conflict, the US and China must engage in sustained dialogue, build trust, and establish clear red lines to prevent miscalculation. Both countries should also explore opportunities for cooperation on shared challenges, such as climate change, pandemics, and nuclear non-proliferation. By working together on these issues, the US and China can build a more stable and prosperous future for both nations and the world. The US-China military rivalry will continue to shape the global security landscape for decades to come. Managing this rivalry effectively will require a combination of military strength, diplomatic engagement, and economic interdependence. By pursuing a balanced and nuanced approach, the US and China can navigate the challenges of great power competition and build a more peaceful and prosperous future for all. Subscribe to the channel